Here are my top 5 picks for the book, The Game of Life. Destroy the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, click the notification bells. I really appreciate you taking action now. This is Snap Improvement. Watch this video, think about it, then start taking action today. College. Life before 18 is largely dictated by your parents. Life after 18 is when you should start making your own decisions. So, college path, the goal is to graduate with the education you want, but also with your debt in check. Personally, if I were to turn back time, I would work part-time during JC and pursue a part-time degree if I were to be in a stay-out unit during conscription. Scholarship. Hustle for one if you can. If you do get it, don't forget where the money comes from and send thank you notes when you receive the check and when you graduate. Be the kind of person who appreciates what is given. Books and supplies. Keep one book around so that when you need motivation later on in life, you can refer back to these and see how simple it seems now. Make new friends. Make new friends and keep the O. One is silver, the other is gold. There are only so many hours in a day, and that limits the amount of friendships you can actively maintain reciprocally. They can become your network later on. Part-time jobs. These can separate your resume from the rest of the stack in the human resource office, especially if they are relevant. The money, the perks on the job, like the caffeine discounts with Starbucks, and a new skill set are good reasons too. Study for exams. Study with folks who know what they are doing. Study in a comfortable place that's not your bed. Understand that not everyone is on the same stress curve as you are. A crazy day for someone else may be a relatively easy day for you. So avoid words like relax or take it easy, or you could come across as an insensitive slacker. Spring break clubbing, right? So there will be alcohol. There will be members of the opposite sex looking for fast-forwarding encounters. If there is ever peer pressure about this, do what others do. Lie. Job search. Accept internships to get into jobs that need experience. You will make valuable contacts, do search for a job before graduation so that the first day of work would be right after the graduation trip. Career. This isn't a part-time job anymore. Your salary is discussed in annual terms. So focus on this to get yourself ready for day one. Job advice. Dress for the job, learn the names quickly, accept lunch invites, do nothing personal on company time. Personalize space if appropriate, and remember that the company doesn't owe you a living. Rent apartment. If you can, stay with your parents to save on the rent money. If you stay on your own, it is the first place that you will be totally responsible for creating. If you stay with a roommate, decide on the house rules on matters like utilities, pets, and food available for all. So how often a boyfriend or girlfriend can stay over without rent, etc. Inheritance or winning the lottery tickets. Get suspicious about people who want to be your best friends and closest advisors. Do an immediate assessment of the core people who you can truly trust. Have them advise your every major monetary decision. Spend some of it on things you have always wanted but squirrel away enough so that each year of your life will be easier than before. Payday. Lao Tzu said, when you are content to be simple yourself and don't compare or compete, everybody will respect you. So be content except when asking for a pay raise. Also, don't splurge. Start preparing for retirement. So for investment, you could sign up with a broker, set aside money every month before you spend on anything else. Read news, do your own due diligence, and buy an index fund. Adopt a pet. Start with a plant. Don't be impulsive as it costs both money and time. Lost. Being lost promotes serendipity, or occurring or discovered by chance in a happy or beneficial way. It is a way to discover a new place or person. So life is about the journey, not the destination. So connect with family and friends to combat loneliness. Avoid stagnation by television, alcohol, or computer games. One way to contribute to the community is by destroying the like button. now. So birthday party. Hint to friends, months before that, you would like to have one. Ski accident. Most of us won't be skiing. However, we all accept risk in our lives, like sitting in cars, slicing bagels with knives. The trick is to pick and choose which risk we take, and to understand going with the best and worst possible outcomes. In a marathon, this is amazing. Participation is equally amazing. It is the self-knowledge that you completed the talk. Do it for yourself, the world isn't fair, and the reward isn't proportional to effort. Whatever the outcome, you will end up knowing a lot more about who you are and who you have become. Flat tire is a symbol when things that can go wrong at seemingly random times, right? Well, you will get through this. It might not be fun, but you will get through this. Marriage is something that you should seriously consider once you have found someone whose presence causes you to seriously consider it. Wedding reception, most likely the largest party thrown. You can either let your hair down and have fun, or you can control every detail and make yourself miserable. Make this event the wonderful start to your life together, not the high point. So happy honeymoon. Spend some fantasy time together. Within the money and time you can budget. Fall in love with your partner. Be reminded why you got married in the first place. Furniture and tech. Your taste has to be blended with another human being. Start with the necessities, a place to eat, and buy quality stuff so that you don't spend more replacing it. Should you get that tech or upgrade it? Know what you need, what you can afford, and what the real benefits are likely to be. Car accident. This will be drastically reduced in the future by self-driving cars. Till then, whether it is your fault or not, you will live with the consequences of your action. Do drive as if the other cars are filled with your loved ones. Favorite quote: always look on the bright side of life. So move across the country, attend a high-tech seminar. Sometimes growth requires relocation. You lose things that you are familiar with. Yet, you gain an opportunity to reinvent yourself, to make first impressions. Night school. One of the greatest human traits is the capacity to change one's mind. So this may mean giving up some pleasures. Find support among friends, co-workers, employers. Do hire domestic help like babysitters, housekeepers, etc. In-laws. You don't marry a person, you marry a family. Find balance between keeping family harmony and maintaining a sense of independence. Buy a house. What can you afford? Buying something today on the assumption that you will be able to afford it tomorrow is rarely a good thing. Consider the location, the proximity to work, recreation. Is this an area you feel comfortable walking at night? On visits to the site, keep your ears and eyes open for sources of noise and signs of irritation. Once you have bought, try to enjoy the process. Payday. If you have a blended bank account, do adapt to the idea that you don't have total say in where this money goes. Fights happen over money. Discuss what sacrifices you are willing to make should an opportunity come along, like going back to school or a well-paying job in another country before becoming your spouse. If you haven't had such talks, have them now. A new career. Ideally, look out for red flags of retrenchment, as looking for a job whilst you have a job will make one more marketable than if you are unemployed and desperate. After going through 5 stages of grief, anger, denial, bargaining, depression, and acceptance, ask yourself if this is the kind of work you want to be doing in 5 years. Assess how much time you can spare before you need the next paycheck, and then look at all the alternatives that you have. Sure, there are risks when you venture on a new journey, but life is not about the destination, but the adventure along the way. Baby boy, avoid any names associated with an ethnic group not your own. There really never is a perfect time to have a baby. You may move, switch careers, divorce, but you will always be parent to this child. Furnish baby room. The place, furniture, and accessories should feel safe, welcoming, comfortable, and have plenty of floor space for crawling. If you plan on having numerous children, pick stuff that wear well. Talent shows. We drop childhood passions as an acknowledgement of reality. We might be good at singing in school, but not great at national level. Much of today's world demands greatness. Do you do anything you can to take your child's talent as far as he can go with it? Or do you keep that talent from getting in normal life's way? Remember, you define your goals and whether you have reached them. Go for it. Enjoy it. The best route to find your bliss is not in the rewards, but in the activity. Payday. With children, pay doesn't last long. If money is tight, communicate with your spouse to see what can be trimmed from your expenses, why you are spending, and isolate what is important. Buy a high-definition TV. A big problem is that TV and subscriptions to content providers cost money. An even bigger problem is that it eats up your free time. There are other ways to be entertained too. Go outside, read a book, volunteer, visit a friend, invite a friend over, or play recreational sports. Family picnic. It is time for you to take some downtime. Put aside life's distractions and take stock of life. Picnics are associated with outdoor cultural events, summer symphony seasons, concerts in the park, community film screenings, to heck with a balanced meal, pick food that feel like a treat. Visit Mount Rushmore or travel. So find a way to spend time away from tour guides' talk. These are places where contemplation should be the primary activity. Look around. Get overwhelmed. Feel part of a unique place you may never be again. Open your eyes and heart, and these places might affect you in profound ways. Left and right forks in life. So I view this as things that I might never have considered otherwise. Vote. Not voting is a form of voting. Voting for the status quo. For the apolitical folks, take advantage of the election time to explore an issue, assess how the parties are performing based on that. Learn CPR. If something were to happen to someone in your family, wouldn't you want a stranger that has taken a certification course? If you haven't been certified, go for it. Volunteer at charity events. Each of us has the power to make the world better, sometimes big ways, sometimes in seemingly small ways. If you aren't in a position to make financial donations to help out the cause, don't estimate your time. Be my Valentine. The meaning differs dramatically depending on the age of the sender and the recipient. In high school, it is a way of letting someone know that you are interested. For established couples, it can be an excuse to express your feelings. For gutsy women, it is a day of initiative. Pro tip: on the day after Valentine's Day, go to the local store and rate the 50% off goods like candies. It's fun, silly, and you get more bang for your buck. Daycare. Do we both still need or want to keep our jobs after a child? Check references of the daycare. People whose kids were there, policies for sick children, flexible for time drop or pickup time. So this is one of the toughest part of parenthood. Join a health club. A healthier life is more satisfying. It's easier to take on challenges and take advantage of its opportunities. Recycle. Nobody said that doing your part to leave the world better than you found it was going to be easy. Reduce wastage by not impulsively buying anything. Find secondary uses for things you do use. Summer school or tuition. Take a serious look at the reasons for the need. Does your child have difficulty learning? Have you allowed too many extracurricular activities to get in the way of academics? Does your child have trouble focusing? Has natural teen rebelliousness turned school into the enemy? Remember that you can't shoulder all the blame should a child fail, nor take the credit upon excellence. Mushu flu attack, life-saving operation. That's got to make you rethink your priorities after a near-death experience. Will you spend more time with family and close friends? Do you get less stress over small things? Denial is a powerful drug. A little is needed to be not afraid of crossing roads. Too much of it, and we have no incentive to take advantage of every day we are given. Midlife crisis, career change. Every life has regrets. It's natural to periodically assess what you have done and where you are going. Try to understand what you are rejecting from life and be careful not to risk the rest. A lack of guarantee makes a career change exciting. Don't just watch. Take action today and start making a difference in your life. Let's think of an action for each pick. Start now by writing down at least one thing that you would do. If you are about to go or are already in college, you should start applying for 5 internships per day during your senior year. If you have found a job or are already working in one, you should apply for a brokerage account, do your own diligence, and start investing. If you think you have found the love of your life, you should start to talk with your partner about joint accounts or the type of housing that they like. If you are bored with your routine life, you should organize a picnic for your loved ones. If you are feeling fat and not fab, you should start an exercise plan today. Pick an action and start working on it today. Did I miss out on any actionables? Comment in the section below.